Hi, hello. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the freaking stream. Hello, hello. We're just gonna wait a little bit. Wait, let me like look at the freaking thing. Yeah, it's kind of grainy and shit. That would be like crazy ass and it would be nice. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. Just gonna be here waiting for like our one viewer. I was supposed to watch Ant-Man yesterday, but I had like some crazy ass things to be able to do yesterday. And yeah, they just didn't sleep yesterday because yeah, a little bit of update. Yeah, I'm starting to like have like work. Well, it's not crazy as freaking work. I get to only work like 4 days a week. 4 days a week, like 4 days a month. At least it's freaking work, you know. Yeah, I get to work every freaking Sunday. It's not much for freaking pay, but it's like 2 months of work. After with this if I keep working for like 2 freaking months, I'll be able to get these crazy ass speakers that I've always wanted. It's not that very good. It's the MR5s from Edifier. Seems like really good speakers for the freaking price, and I would like go for MR3s, but like, come on, if you're gonna go for it, just I don't know. I feel like you go for an MR5. So yesterday was like that. Yeah, I went to see when it comes to our city every Sunday, like one of our central business one of our central business in the central business district in the middle of the freaking city, they shot up like a certain freaking road, a block, probably 2 blocks. They like shut off an entire block for like people to like go and do things with them. It's just completely shut off. And usually what people do is just they bring chalk. Like there's like a lot of freaking chalk art culture that is like made in this freaking city. And you see freaking artworks of chalk on the street, on the road itself. Like there are like people doing those things. Other people can like join in and do whatever it is that you want. Other people would just like use freaking chalk, but like mostly people would go there like every Sunday to do that. And we see cosplayers and we see people gather in the freaking streets and like do things. We see cosplayers and people in costume, like cosplayers, people in costume, like anything to like. It's like feels like an open space for like anything else, you know. Yeah, that was this Sunday. I think it was like going to do every freaking Sunday. It's like a thing for every Sunday. It used to be like I remember back. It started off like around 2019, and then 2019, and then every Sunday it's like was it? I don't know. Does it did it like continue to go on? I don't know if it did continue, but it does shut off the freaking street. And yeah, we're closing to Panagbenga season. There's gonna be another festival coming on to the freaking city, and it's the Montañosa. They call it Montañosa now. It's no longer Cordillera. It's a Montañosa area. Back when I was growing up, they called it Cordilleras, but these days it's like Montañosa. Yes. What does Montañosa anyways mean? Let's see. Montañosa. Montañosa. Yes. Montañosa with the N, right? Meaning Montañosa. Mountains. Yes, the mountains. The montañosas, mountainous areas in the freaking Philippines. Anyways, that's a place here. To take away my. Yeah, I have to like cut down a little bit because I have to like ease off a little bit when it comes to whatever it is that I'm listening to because it's very very boomy. I've heard myself on the freaking VOD, and I get to like hear like with the boominess, and I don't know. I kind of don't like you hear listening to my inhales. I don't like that. Yeah. So we're gonna be like talking to cut down a little bit on the freaking thing, right? Yeah. Because it's much more fun. Yeah, and I'm like trying to talk more and I'm much louder like vocal register because I'm trying. Yeah, I'm much more louder these days. Not back in the day where I just talk in whispers. I don't know because I've talked so much in the freaking in my streams. Yeah. Let's see. I can't seem to like monitor myself here. Like, let me see. What was that? Audio properties, right? Do it. Going back to the going back to the FIFA. It's a much better way to be able to monitor it through here. Yeah, I think it's much better if it's like I'm gonna talk like this through here. Okay, that's nice. Okay, yeah. Uh much better if it's like this then. Okay, gonna be much more closer. They say we're gonna talk to be able to like to talk to something. It's much more like around here. Like around here would be like the craziest, much better like be able to like a talking point. Like there you have like have a fist distance between the microphone, right? Yeah. I guess I was way too close to the microphone when I was like talking to it. That's crazy insane. Yeah. Uh what is here? What about here? Like here it's like yeah, that it's nice here. But I don't know. I kinda like I kinda like to listen to myself talk, which is kinda like weird. Yeah. No, I just talking about like technical freaking things for like a minute. For 10 freaking minutes. Okay, that's good. One viewer is here now. We're here. People are here now. Okay, gonna talk about Ant-Man. After like doing some technical freaking issues, fixing things, trying to do things technically. Yeah. right here. Right, probably around there. Hey, Rin. How goes it? Hey, Rin. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm about to yeah, I'm just gonna talk about the freaking Ant-Man because I've started this freaking year. Yeah, I'm doing fine. As in, oh my fucking god, this again. Okay. Do you see the game that I'm playing? Fuck. It seems like you're watching. Fuck this. Anyways, gonna talk about. Damn it. By the fifth freaking line, I got. Oh man, it's one of those freaking days again. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about Ant-Man now. The crazy thing about Ant-Man is like we start off with like there's like a lot of freaking parallels, right? It's like a man choosing we start off with like Hank Pym, and like establishment of freaking heroes, like what the heroes' freaking motivations are, and then the journey that they go into. You know where they're gonna be. It's like a very very classic one. It's like classic, I should say. It seems to be common. Nothing much crazy insane when it comes to the freaking plot, right? That's gonna be able to like. Holy shit, my mind is blown on how they were able to like take it into another way to tell this freaking story. Crazy insane. But they were like crazy as smart freaking things. Were they? Uh, the concept with freaking ants. Okay, the concept with freaking ants seems fresh. Right, it's different. The concept with freaking ants, how ants like Ant Man is like interesting way to be able to like as someone as an outsider when I was like watching this freaking thing. I wasn't really that into the comics of freaking Ant Man. I didn't know what Ant Man is all about. And the name freaking Ant Man is like, what the hell is this guy? The fuck is an ant gonna be able to do to us? And then you understand that it's like the science of it is very, very iffy. Very crazy as freaking science, okay? It's gonna be crazy as freaking science because when it comes to like density or the denseness of a freaking person, like the science about it is insane because it's kind of like well, if my bones if I'm gonna get shorter, the distance between my atoms are gonna get freaking shorter and it's much more compact and much more dense. The effect of it when I fall off or like when I walk is gonna be crazy insane because I still have the same weight being pressured. I don't even think the density of like yes, density is there, but like when it comes to strength and being able to like be able to do this, I'd be able to crush my own. I would implode and crush myself. I don't think my bones are gonna be able to handle the amounts of denseness, the denseness of my muscles and everything else. Be able that amount of like freaking weight for that because you are dense for that amount of freaking weight in that like little freaking space, you know? I think I'm gonna collapse when those things freaking happen. And there's like yes, it's gonna be able to do that. It's much more denser, and you can see like Ant-Man being do like that, right? That's why they still like pack a freaking huge punch because they still have that freaking weight. You know, that's why people are getting like knocked over by like this very very small thing. It's a really good concept to be able to do that, but like for my bones to be able to handle that, my muscle structure and everything else, it's just crazy insane, right? Shrink. Yeah, some guy, a guy who freaking shrinks. It's just a guy who shrinks into a freaking ant and beats you. That's the entire freaking thing that different about this and how they were able to like say it, how they were able to do it. It's kind of like on the magic freaking land. Okay, it's much more soft magic system. It's a soft freaking magic system that someone explained a little bit, but they was like be able to do it just by the whim of the freaking thing, just by a press of a freaking button. They're able to do it, right? But with the press of the freaking button, there's like a little bit of juice to be able to need to be able to like to fuel the freaking suit to be able to do those. But That's the crazy thing. That's not what I want to talk about here when it comes to Ant-Man. I don't wanna I don't wanna I don't know. I don't wanna crash upon the entire freaking thing, right? Yeah. Uh Wait. When it comes to freaking Ant-Man, I wanna talk about like Hank Pym, the delivery or the execution when it comes to the freaking message, right? The execution or how it was done between these freaking people. Was it clear? Was it good? Was it done well? There are like I want to talk about how it's done well. Probably today I was like the things that freaking land to me. It was like very good overall thing. I knew okay at the beginning of it. You already know it's like gonna be to be. Is it gonna be serious in all those freaking things? But when it goes to the prison scene, you be understood that it's. I think it's going to be a comedy movie. So we understood now that it's going to be a comedy movie with a lot of like freaking serious notes and things and drama that's gonna happen. But there's like crazy ass things about it that is nice, right? There were like crazy ass and nice things about this freaking movie. For me, I like it somehow because of this. It's hitting the marks for me when I was watching it. It's like hitting everything that I freaking wanted from like a comedy freaking movie or from a superhero movie, whatever it is that I wanted from freaking Ant Man. It's like really good. It's hitting everything, and I like marked it. I like rated it as a 90. Now, why did I rate it as a 90? Because I see like the way the parallels between like how it's shown in the freaking movie that Scott Lang is the same as freaking Hank Pym when it comes to the parallels between these two freaking guys. So Hank Pym was able to like show what's like how why Hank Pym chose Scott Lang rather than Darren, the freaking villain, right? Darren is the freaking villain. And when we was first introduced in the freaking show, I think my mind immediately went to like, oh, Quantumania. Like my mind immediately like went to freaking Quantumania, and I was like, oh my god, this guy's freaking MODOK. And so I laughed my ass off about it. Those guys has freaking funny things, man. Like Darren is nice. The way he was portrayed as a villain, it was like really cool in the freaking beginning, right? But it was just like keep pushing it and pushing it into like freaking yes, it was he's turning into a very traditional comic book freaking villain or a cartoony kind of like he's like turning into like a freaking cartoony kind of villain at the very end. Like later on, someone in the very end is turning into this cartoony freaking villain that is just bruh. Okay. Okay, bruh. But I do understand his motivation and was like able to do those freaking things, but I guess it's kind of feels like that, right? It feels telenovela-ish. The way he was like the villain, like when it comes to like my okay, let's start with Darren. Okay, let's start with the villain. Was it a good freaking villain? Was it executed the way a villain should be executed? Let's say a former protege of the freaking great Hank Pym, right? Ant Man himself. Like great Hank Pym to be able to do that as a protege when it comes to like learning those freaking things, right? You get to see like freaking Darren being in there, being shown as the freaking villain. It was at first it was like, oh okay, he's trying to replicate freaking trying to get to replicate his master's freaking work without the help of his freaking mentor, right? So it was like that. So as it was shown, it's kind of good. He's like smart. He's really freaking smart. But later on, it's just I don't know. And the freaking reveal. Oh, it's kind of like very convinced of this freaking villain. Yeah, it's kind of cartoony, and I kind of like him. It's kind of cartoony because he has this narcissistic personality to be able to like showing that it is like it's like all over him freaking all over himself, right? It's kind of like all over himself when it comes to this freaking movie, and it's nice to be able to show that part of him. But we do see that a lot of freaking villains, and I don't know how do you see someone who's like over himself, but someone be able to like be executed or seen as a good freaking villain. For me, it's like a good freaking villain, man. It's good for the like, the comedy aspects of it because it's like really kind of funny but not kind of funny. And you know the threat freaking levels. When it comes to like a freaking villain, the threat levels is kind of there. It's been established. Uh, it's been established when it comes to freaking Darren. That is like is he gonna know? Is he not gonna know? You know the freaking reveals of those freaking things. The way the tension that was brought up on the freaking viewer when we were we were figuring out if it does he know about the plan, if he knows about the plan, but it's only like shown like one bit of the freaking like it's only been shown like a bit in the freaking movie, right? So it's kind of it's shown only once in the freaking movie to be able to have established that freaking tension. But at the freaking beginning, at the whatever it is that they're trying to do, at the beginning of it, him establish him being a villain, the way he like zapped this guy in the freaking bathroom seems like a dumb fucking move because like last known freaking location of this guy is the freaking like PM like in the freaking building itself. So he like immediately killed this guy in the freaking building. That is his last known freaking location. They would have known already of like they were like people would have been on him already, like with all those freaking things, right? But it seems freaking convincing enough when I was watching it. The way he did it, right? He feels freaking cruel the way he did it. It wasn't like continuity or realism. It doesn't seem to be landing on freaking realism of how realistic a villain should be or anything because it's Ant-Man. It's fucking Ant-Man, man. Like it's first of all comedy and it's like freaking impact of like convincing you. It's convincing enough for me in this freaking scene that this guy will go through any lengths to get the message that he will go through any lengths to get what he wanted to get what he wanted, right? And it's shown here, even like freaking killing a freaking person. And he thinks he can get away with it. It feels like he can get away with it because he's like there's like no freaking body freaking anything, right? He controls the freaking building. He knows what goes in and goes out of the freaking building. So probably he has some plans already, whatever it is to do with that. And then we get to see him with this, and he has a hold on freaking Hope, right? He has a hold on freaking Hope. It seems like Hope and him are like freaking working together, but the way it's seen in this dinner scene with Hope, I get to see a little bit of like disdain or like Hope's like we don't know it, right? Like they have this dinner scene. We have this dinner scene before we get to be revealed that like they're Hope and like Hank are like working together. But we get to see much more revealed in this freaking thing, whatever it is the relationship with Hope is. Or that like Hope seems to be like fuck this guy kind of like thing going on in this freaking dinner scene. Because he really is like full of himself, right? Like we get to see more of him like being full of himself. But as we go to see more of him being full of himself, it's just like any other comedy freaking villain, right? Comedy cartoony freaking villain. It's like how it portrayed in this freaking way, but it's I don't know. It makes him seem that it's like stupid. Like it's like dumbing down his freaking IQ level as a freaking viewer. I like as I watch it, it feels like I'm back into the illusion that it's not as smart as you think it is. That feels like a freaking entry point or like a dumb freaking thing, right? I don't know yet that it's gonna be a heist. There's like going to be a heist, but we were like introduced to freaking Scott Lang much later, right? Yeah, we get introduced to Scott Lang. Or when did Scott Lang get introduced? Okay, it's time for me to like check a little bit. All right. Let me check the continuity. Looking at the video now. Going to the video. Ant-Man. I can't believe this was 20 years ago. Yes. Yes, we don't see Ant-Man being like going in there yet. We just get to see more introduction of this freaking villain. The way he was introduced seems like this. Yeah, but we already know the tone of the freaking movie that it is a comedy, so it feels like a very very comedic kind of like freaking villain as to like what he is. That's a freaking hard thing when it comes to like when understanding it is freaking comedy, right? When it's something is a freaking comedy, it's very hard for you to reach those kinds of like freaking ratings the way it's going to be 90 because the jokes really need to freaking land. It's just hard for me to be able to see comedy that's like that unless it is a very very dark freaking comedy. The dark freaking comedy of how the jokes are being delivered is on a different freaking way. Something like there are like very dark freaking comedies where everybody seems to be freaking serious. It seems like the tone is serious, but what they were saying is fucking comedic as fuck and it's fucking funny as fuck. It doesn't seem like the jokes are like being portrayed. It's just a matter of like subtlety kind of jokes. Like really good comedy is like The Studio, right? You're believed it's much more believable that they are in the space and that would be what these people like trying to do or trying to talk about in the situations they are in. It's believable that they are these freaking characters. It doesn't seem to be off character or like off character what they're freaking doing or like what they're going to happen is what's going to happen. Yes, the absurdity and the ridiculousness is gonna be able to happen and make it things freaking funnier, but how it was delivered, how the jokes freaking land is like freaking different in that freaking movie, right? Because there is the tension in there, and the tension is like crazy insane to be able to pull off the freaking joke or the freaking gravity of the freaking situation is still freaking there. Like that's the freaking jokes when it comes to those freaking things, right? And those freaking kinds of comedies. Right now, the freaking jokes are like a way to be able to like undercut or cut off the gravity. The jokes seem to be able to like cut off the gravity of the situation, or it's it you know the seriousness of whatever it is that it is there is still there. That's the freaking hard thing about freaking comedy being like having like a high freaking rating, like reaching this freaking ways to be able to like understand that it is funny as a freaking viewer. You're like you have to like make the viewer still be in there, right? Femelin, hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. So when it comes to like freaking comedy and this freaking like highly rated comedies that I watched, they seem what I understood about them is like when it comes to the gravity of the situation that they're in, it doesn't cut off in the gravity of the situation. Like the seriousness of whatever it is these characters are going through, it's still freaking serious, but the way they react to it, the way they're interacting with the seriousness, and how they were able to like do it, how they were able to like navigate this freaking seriousness or like solve this freaking problem. That's where the funniest freaking things is. Their reaction, it's not their reactions, the absurdity of the situation, right? Like how this freaking person was still be able to like being in there, being in that freaking character, acting as he is, because it's that's where the absurdity is. It's the freaking characters and how the characters are believable in these freaking characters. These believable being characters put in situations and environments that they're interacting with. This interaction with their environment or their freaking the people around them is creating this freaking serious ass freaking tension that is just goes to the freaking absurd that you go haha. Oh, I'm talking about Ant-Man. I'm talking about the freaking Ant-Man and how its freaking comedy seems to be able to like uh that's why it seems to be like when it comes to Marvel freaking humor, it's not as good. Even though like we've seen really good freaking comedies, even though it's a freaking comedy, right? Ant-Man is a freaking comedy. I'm still yapping a freaking Ant-Man. But it seems like when I see this freaking really good, as what people say, I'm trying to understand what people seem to be able to like say as good freaking comedy based on the way this freaking good. It's really well done. It's done. It's really good. But like I'm really like trying to like compare it to something that is what people say like really really freaking good cast comedy. And I'm trying to compare it with how like Seth Rogen does The Studio on whatever it is that makes it's not freaking Jokoi, okay? I'm trying. It's like Seth Rogen's The Studio. Like you should watch The Studio and like see this freaking kind of like comedy that they do. So the way the jokeness of this freaking the jokes are done when it comes to Marvel movies, especially in freaking Ant-Man. Yes, it is funny. I freaking laughed my ass off watching this freaking movie, but I can't seem to like treat it as something like as others people view it as a freaking critic. Now that I'm brought down I kind of understand why it is like as on the 80 freaking thing rather than a 90 when I was after I freaking watched it. After I fucking watched it, I like I personally rated it as a 90. But now that I am dissecting it and trying to like explain it much better to myself or like, explain it, it's probably why it's like on the 80 freaking levels because the way the jokes are being done in the same freaking way as Marvel, it cuts off the seriousness and the gravity of the freaking situation, and like it like kills the immersion of you as a viewer as to the drama, or it takes away the drama of the freaking situation or the intensity of the freaking situation. It pulls you off of us a freaking viewer as to whatever it is. It takes away this connection between you and the freaking hero of the freaking story or the characters of the freaking story as human freaking beings, and pulls you away, and you only see it just as a freaking joke now and only as a freaking movie, and you're like gonna be able to think, yeah, they're gonna get away with whatever it is that they're trying to do. The hero is gonna get away with the freaking story and all those freaking things. Like I've never doubted when I was like watching this, I've never doubted that Ant-Man is gonna lose or something like that. Yeah, I do. It's just oh wait. I try to like yap and be able to like have something. Hello, Momo. Welcome back to the stream. I try to say things like that, right? I have a lot to say about this freaking topic, but I cannot do whatever it is that they're trying to do because I haven't tried. I do, I wanted to say some things, but it is kind of like that. It seems like it is kind of like that because I'm trying to like understand what makes a movie a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, on what makes a movie an 83. What are their differences? And I'm trying to say probably this is the freaking difference when it comes to this freaking thing. And as I do watch it, it doesn't seem like I am like in the freaking immersed in the freaking hero's journey. I'm doing fine, Mama. Yeah, it's kind of like that when it comes to like freaking Ant-Man. And I don't think like I never like doubted at all that they're gonna fail. Yes, even though it kind of seems like that. When I was watching it, it kind of seems like that. But probably for other people, it does it because of the freaking jokes, or because of freaking Luis just punching everybody else in the freaking thing, and it's fucking funny as fuck how he does it, and it is funny. I don't know. It is freaking funny. It's funny as fuck, man. I kind of laughed. I laughed at every freaking joke. Luis was the best freaking part of this movie. But anything else that's going on, the magic Kimbo Bumbo Jumbo, the magical land of like subatomic freaking going subatomic. The science in here is just completely magic. Okay, no, let me even get started with the freaking. I already said about the freaking science, but I'm not here to talk about the science. I'm talking about the execution of like how they executed the freaking be able to do the freaking things. It's a really good freaking comedy. It's just very very hard to do those kinds of freaking comedies. And comedy for me is like one of the freaking hardest to be able to like get or to reach those kinds of levels of like ratings. To do a comedy and like achieve those kinds of ratings is kind of hard. The great thing about it is like insane because Darren, the way they portrayed Darren or the way the villain was portrayed in here doesn't seem to be giving that much of a track level. It seems like probably, you know what he did when I was watching this. I do seem it was like that, but it seems like I'm hyper caffeinated and I just want to enjoy myself watching this freaking thing. I wasn't like I turn off this critical brain of mine. I turn off this critic brain of mine or like critic part of myself and just enjoy the movie for itself. And yeah, I thought it was like a 90 kind of movie. And then I googled it, and then like now my thoughts on the movie is not as good because somehow when it comes to like going to looking at it objectively objectively, it's now different. It's still good. I enjoyed myself, and I never laughed. I was laughing all the way from the beginning to the end. I was laughing all the way from the beginning to the end. I was cheering for the hero, whatever it is that it was cheering on. But it's just like, I guess it's not the taste of like other people as my taste. I still hit it the 90. It's still a 90 for me, but it is not like that, right? If I have to be better, if I have to learn and to be able to like understand what it is that people want, if like someday I'm gonna be able to make something like this, I had to consider those kinds of ways of delivering a message, or like how I should like do my jokes, or like do all these freaking things. And that is, uh, as do I say, you must like when it comes to like freaking jokes and all those freaking things, if it is going to be funny, that's the hardest freaking execution when it comes to these freaking things. Because you can go funny all the freaking way, but there's just really good ass freaking jokes when it comes to these things. That there is the funny and there is seriousness to the freaking funniness. And like you still like treat the you're still immersed in the freaking story of the still immersed in the story of wherever it is that this guy is going through, and you just feel whatever it is that the characters are feeling. You still feel the gravity of the situation. You still feel whatever it is that they're going through, and not like cut yourself off and just it makes you forget that you're watching a movie. That's why those things are fucking really good. Like, and that's fun. That's the freaking comedy part about it. That just probably that's why it's like not a 90 for the rest of the freaking world, or for the rest of the freaking critics. Right? For the rest of the freaking critics, it's not a 90 because it's like that. It you're kind of reminded that you're watching a freaking movie. Haha, comedy jokes, jokes, jokes. That's what it is. They're not immersed in the world or whatever it is that they're trying to like uh you're trying to watch. I guess that's probably it. Yeah, it cuts off the immersion. And sometimes I kind of don't want to immerse, man. Sometimes I just want to fucking laugh. I want to like go there and just like completely cheer. I want escapism, man. I watch this probably because escapism. Because sometimes like life is freaking hard enough, but sometimes yeah, those freaking things. There are crazy ass freaking things about it that is just insane, right? I don't know. Different days, different kind of feelings. The entire freaking day was probably cooked. The entire freaking day was like a combination of things that happened in the entire freaking day that made me sit there and watch this movie that got me to be laughing all the way to the freaking end. And it was like, yeah, fucking good ass freaking movie. So it's not just the coffee, there's like a lot of freaking things. So then, when it comes to Ant-Man, it's like a really good freaking movie. Anything else about it? So that was just the comedy part about it. Why it's probably an 83. Because the Darren, the freaking villain, is not as good as a convincing freaking villain. It doesn't seem to bring to the freaking plate or whatever it is the threat that he's going to push is very comic book. He's very comical. And what do you mean comical? It's very cartoony. It seems to be leaning into the ways as cartoons, how villains are portrayed in freaking cartoons. Plus, it's a freaking probably supposed to be. I don't know. Yeah, it's the cartoons of the old freaking days, right? Seems like that. Darren is kind of like that in this freaking movie. Yes, he has this freaking threat, but it's not like that. It's it's not Darren. It's how the rest of the freaking team treat Darren somehow for me that we were able to like see him as like kind of a freaking threat. But once Hank Pym freaking punched him in the fucking face, I was like, yeah, this guy is no longer a fucking threat. It doesn't seem to be threatful enough. Because he got punched in the fucking face by his freaking mentor and he was like still monologuing and doing all this freaking shit, right? Yeah, it's just crazy insane and it's like that. He got punched by freaking Hank Pym. That thing should have been escalated into much freaking higher lights, right? If he thinks so much about freaking Hank Pym and being him punched by his freaking mentor, who thoughts about it so freaking much and his freaking subconscious be able to like fucking shattered in there, like, because if he really now sees he is a disappointment when it comes to this freaking father freaking figure, it should have been hurt in a little bit freaking way, but somehow it's like portraying as like something else. The way he portrayed it, or the way he was able to like say these freaking things, is like not didn't it doesn't freaking show. Again, freaking Darren probably is the freaking problem in this freaking movie, man. Like Hope is like really good, bro. The thing with like Hope and freaking Hank, is like nice, right? The way this tension was being brought up between these two, Hope, Hank, and freaking Scott, were like crazy amazing, man. I freaking love this dynamic between these three freaking people. That is just like what made the movie for me. That's why it's so freaking good, because like Scott and Hank, it feels like they're the same freaking person going through the same freaking things and having a second chance with their freaking daughter and all those freaking things, right? And be able to like make that freaking thing understand, and he was able to like Scott being the bridge when it comes to like fixing this thing between Hope and freaking Hank. It's going on between this whatever is going on between Hope and Hank. And as you see, Hope like freaking hates Darren. I guess you need to be like somebody, a hateable freaking guy, but a hateable freaking guy in a way that it is believable to freaking hate him. You don't hate him like, yes, a hateable freaking guy that somehow feels realistic, that doesn't seem to be going to the tropes or the way we've seen freaking movies, because somehow movies is no longer a new freaking thing. When it comes to like freaking movies, we somehow like be able to like reference things as a freaking viewer. That's a freaking weird ass thing. As a freaking viewer or as a freaking someone who watches freaking things, we reference things for the things when we've like seen in the freaking past. And as we've seen in the freaking past, there are patterns when it comes to see this model of reality that is like being pushed to us to this freaking through movies is like crazy insane. It doesn't seem believable. Through all these freaking stories and all these freaking things that we've gone through, we reference things and we'll be able to like, this is probably how it's supposed to be executed. I've seen how this was executed, and like I like this one much better than how this one, because somehow when it comes to this one, I'm much more immersed in this freaking world and how the freaking people are doing. What am I talking about? I'm just freaking yapping, I guess. There, like when it comes to these freaking things, and it's like that. When it comes to like a meta freaking level, as you as watching there, right? Because you still know it is a freaking movie, but like when you watch it, a part of you just wants to immerse on something you bring and watch. Because if you don't want to if you don't want to be immersed in it, it's just what's the point? What's the point of freaking watching the damn thing? What's the point of freaking movies anyway? I think that going in there, it was like that, right? Yeah, but I was immersed in it, like this Scott, like the Scott, whatever it is going within, what's going in the main characters or the main freaking thing, whatever it is that's going the main freaking thing makes me like not care about how Darren is freaking executed, right? Makes me not care about not care about much when it comes to freaking Darren. But Darren is like the freaking thing that is probably gonna like cut off the freaking ratings, but like it's really well made when it comes to like Scott, Hope, and like freaking Hank. It was really freaking good. Hope's freaking hair though, I do think like Hope's freaking hair is like pushing me off a little bit. When I was like watching it, I was like, it's like, bye bye. It was like cutting off a little bit when it comes to the freaking immersion. Like Hope's fucking hair, like whoever did freaking Hope's freaking hair, it's like it feels like a fucking wig. Okay, I was watching there, I was looking at it. It looks like a fucking wig. It looks like a fucking wig. It's like it's icking me off because immersion again. It feels like a freaking wig. It's cutting off the freaking whatever is going on. But I was able to like get along with it. I was like able to like, oh, okay, that seems freaking minor. It feels freaking minor enough, but it seems like it's there, right? You notice it. You notice freaking, yeah. That it's like when you notice it, once it is noticed, it becomes a freaking problem. It's supposed to be a minor freaking thing that like people shouldn't like, care about. Like for me, I shouldn't care about much, right? But what I should be able to like care about is like this relationships between all these freaking characters. But as to when it comes to those freaking things, it's not like that, right? Like to truly enjoy it, you just don't have to care that much. But like once now that I'm here, I'm trying to like care and caring about whatever it is I'm trying to do. I don't know why I'm like talking about this, like how it should be executed. It's really good already. It's pretty well done. I'm like, I've enjoyed watching the damn thing. And then why are you even yapping? I don't even know. Why would I? Why would even want? Why would the? Why would we even like push it further? Like, why would even? Why are we like? Why am I even like looking at these freaking mistakes that is like seems minor and seems not there? You know. I don't freaking. I don't know why. Why am I like talking like this when it comes to this freaking thing? I guess. Anyways. Onwards when it comes to like freaking the thingy. Scott is like really good as freaking character. Is very well written. Like we go there, we get to like be able to like easily empathize when it comes to the freaking Scott and what he wants and who he is. Uh, the cat burglar freaking thing. The discussion about him being like the backstory of why he was in prison in the first freaking place. We get to understand why he was being in prison, like the way it was delivered. It doesn't seem as like exposition, right? It doesn't seem as just people explaining. Well, I again like wait, let me just look something up when it comes to exposition. Exposition. Hi. Alright, they're not explaining whatever they just said. Oh my god, what I'm doing right now is freaking explanation, man. I'm telling you what the fuck is going on. Yeah, I should be doing that because you are smart. You are smart. You know what is going on, and you'll be able to like handle whatever it is that's gonna happen, right? Yes, because my viewers, the watchers are freaking smart. Okay, it's not freaking exposition, whatever it is that they're trying to like tell you about, like whatever it is that Luis was trying to explain when it comes to freaking Scott. Because we're able to see him, he's like doing heroic things. He was able to like do bad things for the sake of the greater freaking good, right? Like he hacked this freaking security firm that is ripping off his freaking customers and was able to like bring back all these freaking things towards all these freaking people, and that is why he got caught and got into freaking prison. But like Hank Pym was able to like see this freaking thing like about this freaking character, see this freaking character of freaking Scott, and that's why he chose freaking Scott, and he was like able to like use him later on, like Pim's mistakes of like using prodigy. So like Hank Pym's like uses of like able to use see prodigies. Looking for Pym. Hank Pym is looking for uh uh this thing when it comes to like freaking Hank Pym choosing freaking what do you call this, disciples, no, not disciple, shooting a student, right? Choosing someone to freaking race. He has like three freaking people he has to freaking race in his freaking life. He made a fucking huge mistakes when it comes to like multiple freaking mistakes, like choosing someone, right? Choosing someone as his freaking successor, or like choosing someone to mentor. He made multiple freaking mistakes along the freaking way, because it was like first when his own freaking child Hope, who just he just feels to just freaking abandon, like his freaking choices when it's freaking Hope made Hope freaking hate him. And the next freaking one, Darren again, right? When it comes to freaking Darren again, he chose someone who's like someone like him, but he sees so much more of like him, and he doesn't like himself. That's why like Darren freaking failed and started hating him too. But when it comes to freaking Hope, there are like things about there, and yet there are like things like we didn't see much about whatever it is that Hank and Hope is going on. But there's like something when it comes to freaking Hope to be able to like see that comes back to freaking Hank. I don't know what's supposed to be there, but they're like probably Hope was kind of like freaking desperate because they understand and saw freaking Darren. The both of them saw what Darren is going to be, or like what Darren is, and be able to like do this freaking thing towards themselves, and be able to like have these freaking decisions to be able to like, oh, I need to go back to freaking like I need to tell Hank whatever it is that's going on when it comes to freaking Darren, and those are the freaking things. And yeah, and the change of heart and Hope, we don't see that much. We don't see that much, but it was like said already and it freaking stated. And then we get to see Scott. We get to see freaking Scott, and we get to see somehow the empathizing when it comes to these freaking things, right? Probably when it comes to freaking Hank, he secludes himself from freaking society, just like how a prisoner would be, right? Being secluded in freaking society, trying to rehabilitate themselves, but somehow as they go back and reintegrate themselves with their freaking past, they seem to be no longer welcome to these freaking people, just like freaking Scott. That's like fucking Scott, right? They were trying to do the right thing, but like got to be able to like do they were like cut off, right? And like made these freaking things. So we got to see Hank and freaking Scott like that. It's crazy, insane. Yeah. Ow. You got to see Hank and freaking Scott is doing these things within themselves, and it's kind of insane that it's like that. Uh, yeah. And that's the Hank and wait, what is that? Yeah, because of these freaking three things, it's kind of crazy, insane. It's beautiful because of these freaking three of them, right? Yeah. This freaking this freaking three people, this freaking the three main characters, I guess. The main character is Scott. We got to see like this freaking mentorship that's going happen between them, and it seems like hope is there too when it comes to this freaking two, right? It's kind of nice to see this freaking thing that's happening when it comes to this freaking them. Luis, the way Luis was written, the way he was executed, the way he lands the freaking jokes as to what this character is. Like he is there, and this freaking empathy that you see when it comes to like he seems like a very very joyous as person, but it seems like a really good at he was really well done actually, like to be having like having so many deaths, like so many losses happening to this freaking man, and we still be able to like act like this and be able to like be Louise is like kind of crazy insane, because it's beautiful to be able to see that person in Scott's freaking life, right? And that is like Scott is freaking lucky to have freaking Louise when it comes to these freaking things. I know Louise is just there for the freaking just as a fucking joke, right? I know Louise is just there to be as a fucking joke, but it doesn't seem like it seems like it's somewhere to be able to there to be able to like give this freaking characters like a little bit something. I guess that's why you need idiots in your freaking life to not understand the gravity in the situation and make fun and light of freaking things, because like fuck yeah. Probably yes. You know what? You're probably fucking yes, bro. Like, you probably need people who fucking don't get whatever it is that's going on and be able to, like, yes! You know? Like, be able to do those freaking things. Like, fucking Luis is great. Like, amazing. Luis is good. Who are these other two? Fuck. Dave. Dave is like a TI. TI is freaking Dave. Who's this other guy? Fuck! This freaking three. These three is like good. They're good characters and whatever it is that they're trying to do. The way Louise tells freaking story is like a unique, fresh way to be able to like, you know. It seems like believable because sometimes we do things like that, right? It's crazy insane. Yeah, wait, how long is that? Oh, like 53 freaking minutes. I guess that's why it is like that. But I enjoyed every bit of it, man. They were fucking funny as fuck. The fight scene where they're like the ant scenes, the ants were crazy insane. Anthony, bro, best ant ever. Like 247 Anthony, like bro. Anthony is insane. The prison break scene is kind of crazy insane. Like the action is good. It's one of the good ass freaking action and unique takes on freaking action, because they're shrinking, then they're going big, and then they're shrinking, and then they're like other when it comes to missing things, like something goes big, and then the reaction when it comes to the freaking environment, they were like you're gonna get hit by a huge ass fucking train, and then you get to see it cuts up and it zooms out, and it's like a funny ass freaking fight. It's very fun. The fight is the action is so freaking well made. The action is so well made. I'm like freaking enjoying every part of the freaking action in this freaking movie. It's so good. It's so freaking good. Uh, yeah. And 55 freaking minutes later, yeah, it's good. It's so freaking good. Wait, what am I talking about here now? The fights is nice, a great way. Like the how product placement is like done. The product placement for like an Ant-Man freaking movie is so fucking good because you have to see like a huge ass freaking object of like a freaking product being in there, and you still believe it's still in there. You know, it doesn't seem like an ad, but it is an ad. You see freaking a huge ass Yakult. You see Thomas the Train. That is so freaking nice, man. That is so fucking fun. That is so fucking fun to be able to see like also like Ant Man. When it comes to like CGI, and CGI is there, it's good. Yes, the thing about this thing, the character develop, how the characters are well made is so freaking good. Because that's how we see things, right? We see things, we see the parallels between characters and be able to like see and know that how they emphasize with each other. And that's the great how great things are freaking done. How like how to really well execute these freaking things. But when it comes to freaking Darren again Darren, the freaking villain when it comes to this movie is the weak link when it comes to this freaking movie. Because we don't see that freaking parallel when it comes to like interactions between Hank. We see interactions with Hank and freaking Darren, but we see Darren being this. We see it in the freaking beginning, right? We kind of see a little bit. We kind of see a little bit, but it's not very well much more explored. But we know, but it's like a little bit. It's enough for us to understand that Darren is like the wrong fucking guy. Probably that's why it is being done. But to understand, it's like good to empathize and really immerse in these freaking characters. It's like on a different freaking level, right? But we see this freaking explosion. We see this freaking great ass uh thingy from Hank. We see this thing, right? I think we kind of see it, right? We see this freaking conclusion between Hank and freaking Darren, which is kind of crazy, insane. But like Darren, how is Darren is freaking executed again? It's just it seems weak. It's not enough, I guess. It's like not enough again, not enough. But it's like it's good. When it comes to Darren and freaking Hank, it's good when Hank freaking punched the shit out of him. I was like, yes. But the way you as you are watching it, whatever it is that Darren's doing to deserve that freaking punch, it's like, yeah, I don't know. You know what it is probably, you know, like revealing your freaking evil plan and like completely insulting freaking like we need much more, man. Like the way like when Hank punched this freaking director, the Hank punched this freaking director at the freaking beginning of the freaking movie, that was much more believable and much more like fuck yeah, that guy deserves it on what like whatever it is that Darren was freaking doing. It was like when at the part of like Hank punching freaking Darren, it was like haha. It felt like a haha freaking moment, not like fuck yeah, that's supposed to what you do. It's like it feels like for me it was like a haha freaking good ass freaking joke, nice. Rather than fuck yeah, yeah, rather than fuck yeah, because we want to achieve those fuck yeah kind of moments when it comes to like freaking people watching us, right? That's what we gonna wanna do when it comes to those freaking things. And like when it comes to like Ant Man again, it's like really good. It's really freaking good, and that is the standard of freaking Marvel freaking movies. And which is how the start. This is how like Marvel freaking does things, and it's really good. The formula is really great. But they've done it so freaking many times now, and we're gonna probably gonna change it because we've seen it so many freaking times. We're gonna get bored when it comes to next things. When we see it many times now, we need a little bit of variety and a little things and all those freaking things. And they tried to do that later on in Phase 4, which is gonna be a fucking huge ass homework for me to be able to like, do and try to do when we go to Phase 4 because there are TV shows in there. They're like lengths of freaking 8 hours to freaking binge and be able to understand and watch. Like it's like an 8 hour freaking journey, 6 to 8 hour freaking hours to be able to like go through all those freaking things and watch those freaking things and like have this freaking conclusion of like what is the Marvel freaking thing now, right? uh when it comes to these freaking things, kinds of freaking storytelling, it feels like they are in the freaking infancy of freaking Marvel, like phase one, phase two, phase three. But after the freaking infancy and people like watching this, people gonna get freaking bored. So we got to see in the freaking comics in this freaking it's a much better way to like see how the freaking comics were able to like tackle this freaking kind of problem when they were like in this freaking kind of like state. Uh, I probably when was the Marvel like Marvel was like in the 60s, right? Wait, when did Marvel start? Probably what Marvel was doing in the 90s. Like 90s Marvel? No, 90s Marvel, they do going like straight up bankruptcy. Yes, that would be the great freaking pace to see a parallel of how Marvel solved whatever it is that they were trying to do. Marvel fucking bankruptcy, Marvel freaking going down to the freaking dirts. That's what Marvel is. Marvel in the freaking 90s. That's what's gonna happen right now to the freaking Marvel or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Or like see these parallels in the directions of whatever it is that they're going to do. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but it seems like it's kind of like that. Because that is the current state of freaking Marvels. It feels like we're in the Marvels of the Marvel of the 90s. So we're gonna see a bunch of like freaking IP gonna be sold again to other studios. I don't freaking know, man. There are no other studios right now, right? There is nothing bigger. There's nothing bigger than freaking Marvel right now to be able to like sell this freaking IPs to be able to like, keep themselves afloat. I probably just completely dissolve the entire freaking thing. I don't really know. And Netflix is gonna win the entire freaking war, the entire war of like taking everything. Yeah, the streamer wars. The streamer wars is kind of over. We know who won. Well, we don't know who won. Yeah, we still have Disney freaking struggling and trying to like be a mainstay competitor. The only good probably in regards to Disney Plus right now is the National Geographic freaking shows, which is like crazy ass collaborations with the celebrities and people who are like under Disney. What else? Nostalgia freaking factor. It's a great. It's the only place for you to be able to like watch old ass Disney freaking movies and be able to still good. Pixar is still freaking there, still doing like good freaking things. Uh, Pixar, yeah, Pixar is still like doing every now and then, man. But right now, everybody can do animation now. It's no longer about the technical ability to be able to do it. It's not about the the technicalities to be able to do it. It's like everybody can do it now, right? So what it is left to be able to like do these freaking things is immersion, probably the direction of like freaking immersion. Probably I don't know. The business freaking model how it's being done is like completely changed now. I don't know. It's there, but they will be able to like I don't know. Eventually, they're gonna run out of freaking resources, and this is like right now a bunch of freaking hail marys to whatever it is that they're trying to do. Fantastic Four was there, but it's not big enough to be able to like. It's not that for me watching Fantastic Four first steps. It was like good, but it didn't give me like a lot of freaking fuck yeah movies. Right now, in the freaking nostalgia freaking factor, yes, it seems freaking good. It's a good ass freaking movie. But we need to be I think they need to be able these are the freaking contenders or the people the things that they have done in the past. They seem to be their own freaking enemy, right? It seems like they are their own freaking enemy this time because these are the things they've done in the freaking past and they need to be bigger or to be at least as good as what they did in the freaking past. And they need to like come up with something bigger and to be able to like be better from their freaking past. And it's just crazy insane. How they're able to do that. I don't know, man. And crazy insane because growth freaking mindset. To be freaking better is just crazy insane. To be better, which means to be much more be relatable than the freaking situation or whatever it is the world is, right? Because the world is their freaking market and be able to like the world has freaking changed how people see freaking movies or how people want to see freaking movies have freaking changed. Like, do people still want to watch movies? I don't fucking know, right? That's a freaking huge ass question too. Like, do people still want freaking movies? Do people still want to watch movies? It's just as the world completely freaking changed. I'm like, I don't know. I still want to watch freaking movies because I like the freaking art form. I like this collaborative freaking work to be able to like a bunch of freaking people to be able to like do these freaking things, right? It's just crazy insane, yeah. Because I like freaking stories. I like reading stories, a way to be able to like see freaking stories in a different freaking way. It seems like immer. Yes, the thing is immersion. Is it like is there a better way to like be much more immersed in a freaking story? All it's all in the viewers or the reader, the watcher's freaking eyes to be able to like, immerse themselves. It's up to the watcher to be able to immerse themselves in the freaking world, and that's what I'm trying to do. When I'm watching it, I'm trying to immerse myself. I really do, but there are like things when I notice it's kind of hard to be able to immerse myself in it. You know, it doesn't seem easy. So the harder it is for me to immerse myself in the freaking story, the lower the fucking rating, I guess. I don't know, man. I guess that's how it is, right? The more I forget it is a freaking movie, the more I forget it is a freaking movie, and the more I go in there and see myself, not see myself, and be like, try being able to understand and try to put myself in their freaking shoes and be there. Just be there for these freaking characters and believe that they are real. That's yeah, that's the freaking holy grail when it comes to watching these freaking things, right? Somehow believe it is freaking real. That's how good it is. And you're starting to believe in them, right? That's why they do this freaking based on a true freaking story, just to like really capture you into the fucking movie, right? Based on a true first scene story, but not everything that happened in the freaking movie happened in freaking real life. Now sometimes they do these things for much more impactful effect to the emotions of the freaking viewer. And as a person with like known a lot of freaking things, it's just harder when you know it is a freaking movie and you know all these freaking techniques that is being done. It's kind of really hard for you to be able to believe. When you are fresh in there, just going in there, not knowing about anything else, it's much more easier. But when you have like, when you know a lot of things that's going on, when you know how it is done, when you know how, like, when you know how it is done, your standards when it comes to these freaking things and how they did it, how they were able to like push this freaking towards you, kind of crazy insane. Especially when you're invested too in a different freaking way. Right? It's kind of hard to be able to do this, and that's how like movies does it. I guess my thought about this is probably like my the only word that I'm able to like do this is like these ratings when it comes to these things is people's immersion to the freaking movie. Is it harder to be immersed in it, or is it not hard? Is it easy? And you were really taken, you were really moved because you like really were in there. Yeah, that's probably like how movies are, right? And it's much more easier to like watch just a normal freaking person like actually being in there, no script, and going through a freaking story, and you see them going through this mini ass like. That's why like I wanna. That's why probably I love freaking watching live streams, right? Live streams of people playing freaking video games because they see this actual real freaking person going through a freaking journey. And sometimes you know already the journey that they're going to be into because you know the freaking game that they're gonna play. But you see them going through these freaking things and you're able to like understand them and be able to like, oh, that's what they're gonna do. Like the journey that they're going to be is able to like see these freaking kinds of inputs or like stimulus from their freaking environment and how they're able to navigate it to how they like freaking speak, how they react to the freaking things. Sometimes they navigate it in their ways, how they do it, right? And you'll be able to like you really able to appreciate them due to their freaking skill. Like sometimes it is like that. But me as I grow older, it's just not about freaking spectacle. It's not about freaking showing your competence in a single freaking thing. Yes, you are competent, but why? That's why like I long for now, right? That's why like that's one of the things that I watch for. I watch these freaking people because they were able to like empathize with this freaking person. Yeah, like You see them, yeah, yeah. Right. Oh, Vem, Vemira, Vemira, Vimira, Vimira. Hi. Wait, let me see the freaking. I'm still freaking yapping. Hi, first time chat from Vimira. Hello. Anyways, it's like that. Vimira, Vimira. Yes. It's crazy insane that it's like that because you go to their freaking streams, you can see them in this freaking journey. That's why, like, probably I haven't gone into the freaking place because, like, I'm talking about freaking immersion, right? And video games is like one of those freaking methods of freaking teaching people to be like putting people in like immersing freaking situations. But it still doesn't seem to be immersion doesn't seem to be in the medium, right? It's not in the medium of the freaking how the story is freaking told. It's about how the story is. Like how the story is, like how it's being communicated to you as a freaking person after going through these freaking things. When it comes to like watching freaking streamers or and playing freaking video games, the immersion lies when it comes to the freaking characters and the environment when it comes to like about it. And like immersion meaning it feels freaking real because that's how we see it. It seems believable for us that this is freaking real. What's okay? I'm playing the game of critic. I don't know. I'm playing the game of freaking critic, where I try to criticize things, and I'm playing the game of critic. Yes, I'm just trying to be critical when it comes to selecting and things, and that's when it's like that, right? That's why I was like thinking of freaking ratings. I was like thinking of ratings things and things like that, and like how ratings are supposed to be in a generalized freaking form, but I'm trying to deconstruct it in the freaking bare bones of it. And like what I understood when it comes to like criticisms and then criticisms of freaking medium and star freaking telling, it's like when it comes to like rating those freaking things, it's all based on freaking immersion. It's all based on freaking immersion, and when it comes to freaking immersion, I go to this freaking video games and freaking watching things. Is it movies that we're really truly immersed in? Is it like books? Or has the medium freaking changed? Are there any other new mediums now that have risen enough for us to be able to be much more immersed? And we get to see vlogs and the freaking new media. We got to see much more realistic freaking things that affects us and how we see things. And the more I see real freaking people, the more I see and watch real freaking people, the more I'm like, the more I get to be able to like see movies as just movies and not truly be immersed in them. You know? The spectacle, the skill. When I was younger, I am so attracted to freaking spectacle, skill, competence, people doing great freaking things. Yes, but that's just not like now. Like sometimes we want to see those freaking things, right? Like we like to see freaking the light show. But it's much more impactful for us if we understand. Like it's much more immersed, much more our attention. No, it's much more attention. We are like much more engrossed in whatever it is. We are much more impacted if we see this freaking skill being performed and we see the person behind it. And then we're able to believe that probably I can freaking do that. Probably, but not. Probably if I were put in the same freaking shoes, probably that's what I'd do, right? Some things like that, right? Things like those. And then you cheer for this freaking person because you understand them and you know them, right? It's just really as crazy as freaking things. And I'm not talking about freaking sports and like esports. I used to watch those freaking kinds of things, right? It's really good. But at the very end of it, you get to see when they freaking win. You get to see why they are like this, and you get to see a little bit more of the humanity inside them as they're doing it. It's crazy insane. You're able to cheer and us, yes. That's how we see war these days. We see war. I don't know, for our anti-war freaking people, we got to see freaking war through freaking sports. But as the do it. It should have been done like that to freaking Olympics, but people be cheated. Freaking all this comes to freaking games, people still cheat. So might as well go all the way out. That's war games. How do you derive the freaking war games? Haven't gone I haven't gone to those freaking points yet in the freaking book that I'm reading when it comes to freaking war games. But it all arises to freaking it goes there. Like so when it comes to escalation of freaking things, it goes to freaking. But as much as possible, we don't want that. Why am I talking about war now? Because of the spectacle of freaking skill. It's a skill and freaking spectacle. We need to see that. That's how we celebrate it. But somehow now it's not like that. You know, it's much more. It's good to see spectacle and freaking skin. It's attractive in the freaking first place. But it's much more attractive when you like feel the what's going on, the stakes that there is in this freaking thing, right? That's why championships are in there because they're all like what they really badly wanted this freaking thing. When you're watching this freaking thing, you nearly know they badly wanted the same freaking thing, but this freaking thing can only be given to one of them. And that's how somehow when it comes to these freaking rankings and all these freaking rankings and all these freaking things, it's kind of like that. It's so freaking weird. It's so freaking weird that we want those freaking things, man. We want to like there are like things of us wanted to be the very freaking best. I guess that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm trying to like study these freaking things because I really want to be there. I really want to be one of those freaking guys, man. I really want to be like a great freaking storyteller, you know? And, like I want to be able to be studied at freaking like college freaking. I want, I want I want scientific papers to fucking reference me and all this freaking shit, bro. Like, I want scientific papers to reference me to like what this freaking work and how I like, studied in freaking classes, be talked about. It's so fucking good. In a good freaking way too. I want to be done in like in the right freaking way, in the good freaking way. That they did it the freaking right way. That they did it freaking cheat. Like it was all freaking like it started off with the stack against him, right? Like Mahjong, yes. Like the freaking this Mahjong freaking reference that I have, like somehow like everything is stacked against you and be able to like win this game of freaking Mahjong. Like it's insane. Yeah. It's crazy, insane, and it's like that. And anyways, that's just it, man. It's a really good freaking movie. It's really fucking great. But the very bare bones of it is so fucking good if you really understand in the freaking bare bones. Just cut out the freaking fluff and just understand it as it is. Like like the fact that I love this freaking movie because the seriousness of whatever Hank is going through when it's being a mentor to all this freaking thing and Hank like having freaking these freaking people and be able to relate with freaking Scott Lang, right? Like somehow these two people will be able to like connect it and see this freaking thing when it comes to freaking each other. Like a hero and an ex-con. Like this greater thing, right? This thing like this thing that they have is the care when it comes to like somehow being able to do the right thing and what is the right freaking thing to be able to do. Uh Doing the right thing even if the law even if the law like, prevents you to. It seems that it's like that, you know? Because you see I don't know. Let's say for the greater freaking good. I don't know what is that what does that freaking mean? helping other people, I guess. Now to help freaking other people, it's not just that. It's just much more higher stakes. It's a much more like I don't know why like understanding why. The why did like Scott do that thing that got him in freaking prison, right? And somehow Hank Pym was able to like, yep, that is the freaking guy. There's like this thing about him, you know? Yes, I've seen too much of myself when it comes to like freaking Darren, but we don't see that, man. I don't see that freaking connection between Darren and freaking Hank. Like when Hank says this, I see too much of like why did you like abandon me, like something like that, right? Because I see too much of myself in you, and we're like, what the fuck? Is that okay? They're both smart. Okay, let's just give them that. They're both smart. What else is in there that is within Hank and him? Probably Hank changed way too much from that point towards from that point. Like Hank changed so much that he no longer recognizes freaking Darren, right? We don't no longer see this connection between Darren and freaking Hank. Or probably at a certain freaking level, we have to be able to show and see those freaking things for us to be able to believe it. It has to be proven. Like for me, watching this, it doesn't seem believable because it doesn't seem to be able to prove. There's like nothing except a freaking line. There's nothing except a fucking line from freaking Hank to be able to like get to this freaking conclusion. And I just gotta believe you by just saying that. It's just like how am I gonna be able to know? There has to be one more freaking reference in this freaking movie to like connect me with Hank and freaking. But there's nothing else. Oh, things like that is what makes like really good freaking thing to be able to like really have like a good freaking payoff as to why these characters are doing things. And it's just hard because how you be able to gonna show it, right? How am I able to show it? How do you need to show it to me as a freaking viewer? How to do that? It's just crazy insane because I'm just talking. Anyways, yeah, Darren is the freaking weakling in this freaking things, just like every other criticism when it comes to freaking Marvel movie. Weak ass freaking villain, humor cuts off the freaking thing. It's like every freaking like this is just the standard freaking criticisms when it comes to Marvel movies. Humor cuts off the freaking seriousness of whatever it is that they're trying to do. Like somehow you are forcing everything, like you're forcing like every freaking joke, everything to be freaking funny. Like for the sake of a fucking joke, you need to undercut the freaking tension or whatever it is that's going on. And sometimes it is like that, but sometimes it's kind of hard to be able to like do these freaking things too. They're like really good as ways to be able to do that, and tension and the comedy is still there, and to be like undercut it and like have like weird ass freaking thing that's going on. It's this scene between like Hope and for me it's good. It's a good way to be able to do that. Let me go examples of like in this movie where the seriousness is freaking cut. Well, I don't think I see the comedy here to cut off the freaking seriousness of whatever it is going on, just to like punch or land a freaking joke because it's a freaking comedy. Like in itself already, I understand that the movie is a comedy from the beginning and the get go. I understand that the movie is a freaking comedy, but are all Marvel movies comedies? Like, do we need the entire freaking Marvel like yeah, are there actually freaking comedy in the first place? When it comes to this, it's a comedy, so it's like things being undercut. The thing about this is like drama being way too freaking serious for the freaking comedy, right? Whatever it is that's going on with Hank and Hope in this freaking scene, that's why it's been cut off by freaking comedy. But it's really good freaking drama, but it's just like it seems freaking out of place of the freaking movie. like this drama between Hank and freaking Hope. Like somehow, this, yes, whatever it is that's going on in there should be like toned down. That was like the thing about this too. It's a comedy freaking movie, but to be able to like go to this freaking how things are being able to do that, to the payoff and how it was set up for that freaking payoff in this freaking thing, to be able to like land this freaking punchline, which is like really fucking good, right? It's just not believable between these two. When I was watching it, it like cuts me off at whatever it is that I'm watching, because it seems uncanny. This whatever it is that's going on with Hope, and like Hank was like talking about their mother. Like whatever it is that they're talking about with their freaking mother. Like there's this thing about their freaking mother that's just crazy insane, that's different, right? Because so she went freaking subatomic and all these freaking things. And as they were like talking with freaking Hope in this freaking way, it's just I don't understand. It's just hard. The car scene was good though. Whatever it is that's going on in the freaking car scene, when they were like they went into the freaking car, where like Hope was like when they went outside, they went into the freaking car. Scott and freaking Hope talking, that was good. That was some real good ass shit. Yes, I think the seriousness, it was a good freaking payoff when whatever it is that Hank was like telling this freaking thing. This was finally revealing this freaking secret about their freaking mother, right? Hope knows it's a freaking lie, whatever like Hank was like telling them. It finally freaking tells it's a freaking Hope. Hope was doing all these freaking things, and then you get to see freaking Scott. What the fuck, Scott? It seems like for the sake of a fucking joke, you got to do that. It is fucking funny. It is fucking funny. It's fucking funny, whatever it is. It's those freaking things, man. You got, it seems kind of like a normal thing for freaking Marvel now to be able to do those freaking things, and for it to be freaking done, that it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, man, because it's like, hey, I understand freaking comedy, and sometimes you got to do those freaking things, and it's kind of funny and it's nice. Yeah. And then Scott does that thing. It's fucking funny, man. This is freaking joke ass things. Alright. Anything else? Anything else when it comes to like teaching this freaking things that's going teaching? Like anything else that I've observed that somehow like it's that's why people hate those freaking things, because it either lands or cuts out the freaking whatever it is that's going on, right? It's either you laugh, and those comes to those freaking kinds of things we're able to do. It's kind of funny, but it's like, so to others it's kind of like shit. Yeah. I laughed the entire freaking movie, man. The entire movie was a freaking laugh. Ha 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 ha. The entire freaking time. But it doesn't seem, I don't seem to be there every freaking moment, you know? I don't seem to be there every freaking moment of the freaking movie. I guess that's how I want to do it now. Like, I'm not there. That's how I'm supposed to be able to see it now. I'm trying to understand and learn it, right? I'm not there every freaking scene. When like Hope was freaking crying and like sobbing when it comes to this whatever it is that's going on between her and Hank, I'm not there. I don't feel this whatever it is that's going on between Hank and freaking Hope. You know? I don't see this because I've seen, the thing is, I've seen this all over the freaking things over and over again. A great big secret being revealed now because it was hidden to protect this freaking person. This freaking thing that's been done over and over and over again, and it doesn't seem to be executed real well here. Like, why does he have to freaking hide it to protect it from freaking Hope? It doesn't seem the motivation of him hiding this freaking secret. That thing about having a secret for a person to protect them, it's really a good freaking thing, because when it comes to be able to reveal the freaking payoff, if that is good, but it was executed not in a way that I wanted to, not in the way I wanted. It wasn't seems to be believable, right? Because why was he hiding it? Why was he hiding it? Protect freaking Hope. Protect Hope from what? Hope knows already you're freaking Ant-Man. We don't see this much from freaking Hank. Like where are we getting this between these freaking two? We see it a lot from freaking Hope, but it's not being the energy is not being matched when it comes to freaking Hank. We see this freaking stone wall that is just we don't see it much from freaking Hank, man. It's just a fucking stone wall in the fucking whatever it is that they're trying to do. And I don't believe whatever it is going on. I guess you have to do this freaking, and you have to do it. You have to do it in kind of like that. A Stonewall freaking stoic character that is just very in control of themselves, and as they tell this freaking story, as you tell the freaking sword, as you reveal the fucking secret, that is how you freaking reveal the freaking secret. You're a fucking brick wall still. I guess that's why it kind of pissed off. I wasn't freaking there because I'm seeing this from freaking Hank, and I'm like, it's just not there, bro. I see more when it comes to freaking Hank and Janet, right? Janet, was it Janet? With Hank and freaking Janet, Hank to Janet. Oh, that's something good to watch. Hank to Janet, yes. Hank to Hope in this freaking scene. What the fuck? I see this thing coming from freaking Hope, and they're like, that's what you are, Hank? Like, whoa, bro. It's just hard to see it from Hank, man. That's probably what's it off in this freaking scene. If it's seen for it's freaking off. Because the energy is not being matched between these freaking two. It seems like whatever it is, like what's ever going on with freaking Hope, her facial reaction, whatever it is that's happening towards her, is way too much for Hank is doing this. The energy isn't matching between these two. It's just a vibe that is not freaking there, man. But the funny parts, oh my god, I'm so there, man. The funny parts are really freaking good. I've seen Hank to freaking Scott, whatever it is Scott is going on, like Scott understanding what Hank is going on through. It's just good ass freaking things. The jokes freaking land. It's fucking funny. But at this part, I got pulled off in the freaking things, and I was like, "Oh, the joke is gonna come after this one. There's gonna be when Hank was like doing this thing. Oh, the joke is gonna come in the freaking after this. I bet there's gonna be a joke." I got pulled off at the freaking immersion, whatever it is they're watching. That's why probably I don't watch things like for the second time, because I kind of feel like I know it, and it's hard to immerse yourself on something you already know that's gonna happen. It's just hard for me to be able to do that. I don't know. When you know already, it's like hard for you to be able to experience it again. And as I watch this, the jokes are there. It's really good. You know, what the heck is that hair, bro? I don't know. Oh, by the way, it has Anna Kana to it. Yay, Anna! But we don't get to see her in Marvel, huh? Oh, so that's about it, bro. That's just. No, I guess that's about it. I think I've yapped too much about Ant-Man. That's Ant-Man Phase 2 is done. I'm done with Phase 2. Going to Phase 3, the best freaking part of Marvel so far. Phase 3 is where Marvel peaked. We got to see crazy ass freaking things about freaking Phase 3. We got to see Marvel at its best when it comes to recent freaking history. We got to see Marvel at its best when it comes to Phase 3. And I just want to see how fucking great it's gonna be. I'm still here in the freaking ride. I want to watch every freaking part of it. And yeah, let's go. I of course, not all of them are freaking 90 and all those freaking things, right? Not everything is 90, but it's really good. It's like 80 thingy. It's just 80. It's 80, but I have a lot of, it's at 83, but I have a lot of shit to talk about it because, you know, it could have been a 90, but yeah, we're not there. Anyways, this thing with his freaking daughter is nice. Kat and his freaking daughter is nice. When it comes to this freaking her freaking stepfather, was it her stepfather? This freaking cops, they're freaking good. It's really good comedies. They're very very funny as things. You know what? When it comes to like something serious and like very very heartfelt and sincere, this freaking dinner between Scott and the freaking family, man, and they were like talking about the freaking scene. They were rapping things about the freaking prison scene and how Scott got away when it comes to these things because like they know that he's like kind of like a superhero now, right? So like it's a favor being done by this guy towards freaking Scott, and we're able to get to see this freaking connection between these two, and no longer trying to hate each other because that's the things that they do. And it's been undercut by his freaking daughter and be able to say, oh, this is getting freaking awkward and all those freaking things. It's kind of funny. That was kind of haha giggles thingies, but it matched the freaking energy, whatever it is that's going on. Everyone is like matching everybody's freaking vibes, whatever the thing is. It feels believable. Someone isn't like, as a freaking viewer, I know why these things are freaking acting, but it's just like, you know, it's understandable. That was a good freaking part. That was a good freaking heartfelt moment when it comes to this freaking thing. But mostly it's freaking comedy. The freaking thing, the things to like hype up when you get to see Wasp is nice. This freaking part, it didn't Hank and Hope. I was trying to protect you. Protect you from what? Yeah, that's the thing about like. Yeah, we're talking about Marvel movies, but it's just it's a kind of like a project for myself and be able to see if I don't know, man. I'm hyping myself up for Doomsday. I'm trying to hype myself up for Doomsday if I'm ever to be able to be hype about it, but I don't think I'll be able to. Right now, when it comes to like the current state of Marvel, it's just like I don't know. Probably in this time as I rewatch it as in itself, you know, without years between freaking movies to be able to like watch the movies, probably understand much more a bit about the thing. Eh? Anyways, yeah, her hair. Anyways, that's about it. I'm gonna end stream now. Well, yeah. Yeah, that's the end of the that's the end of the freaking stream. I guess that's about it. I'm gonna say that overall I really liked it, man. Okay, gotta end now. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thanks so much for dropping by the stream. Bye.